Hello, this is Richard from WebEasy Websites. So today we're going to look at how to create a new page in your WordPress website. So we'll start off in the dashboard. Then in the column on the left we go down to Pages, and you'll see All Pages or Add New. So we click on Add New Page. Okay, that's a new page. Now we're using a page builder called Elementor, so we click Edit with Elementor. Now this is the new page. Now at the moment it's set out like a blog, so there's a column down the side. We don't want that. So we go over to Settings on the left, click on there, we go up to Page Layout, and we want Elementor Full Width. Now we're here, we will also change the title of the page. So this is going to be About Me. So we just type that in. Okay, so this gives us a full width page layout. Now at the top is the header with our logo and our menu. At the bottom is our footer, and it's a section in between that we're editing. So we click on the plus sign to give us a new section. So there's full width, 2 column, 3 column, 4 column, different ratios. So we're going to pick the 2 column, and as you can see there's a column on the left and a column on the right. Okay, now to edit this section we go to the left side there, we click on those squares, and this shows us the elements which are going to go in the columns. So we pick a heading, we drag it across and drop it into the column. And then underneath that, we're going to put some text. So we need a text editor. So we go back up to the top, click on the square. So we then show all the elements. We go down to text editor, we drag it. When it turns blue line, that's where we drop it. Okay. So then also in this column, we're going to put a button, same thing. We grab it, drag it, drop it. Okay, now we will edit the information after. So in the other column, we're going to go select elements. We're going to grab an image. Now this is just an image holder. So we drop that. We will select an image later. Okay, now if we're going to start editing, this column on the left has a title, has some text, and it has a button. So we will look at changing those now. So click on the title, and you can type straight into the window or the column on the left. So we're just going to change the title to About Me. Then we're going to look at the text, click there, and we're going to expand it. So we'll copy and paste some of this dummy text, just so we've got something to work with. But of course that would be where you would write about yourself. Okay, so we're going to style the text. So we click on the style button up the top. Here we look at the text color. Okay, and next to that is a little globe, and it shows the global settings. So these are in the color category. So there's primary, secondary, text, and accent, and we've set those up earlier. Okay, so we'll make sure we click on text. Then we're going to look at typography. In the global, we'll click on text, or just to the right, you can click the edit button, and there's a list of fonts you can use. So we'll select one of those, just have a look. Changes the font, but we'll go back to the custom text that we've already selected. Now we'll move down to the button. We click on the button. The first thing we want to do is change what's written on the button. So we go up to the text in the left column. We go up to the text where it says click here, and we're going to change that to, we'll change it to Learn More. Okay, now I don't like this font that we've got, so we're going to go up to Style, click on that. We're going to look at the typography, and we'll just put it on that text button, which is the pre-selected text, the same as the paragraph. Now this button is the normal state. So what we want to do is look at the hover state. So when you hover over it, it doesn't change at all. If we click on hover, then what we're going to do is change the background of the button to, we'll go with the global, and we'll go with that primary blue. So we click on that, and now when we go over, hover over the button, it changes to blue. That's just so people know that there's a process that needs to be done. Okay, so we'll go back to the content, and where the link is where you would put the hyperlink to where you want the button to go when you click on it. So in this case, you would change it to maybe the About page, but we'll cover that in a different tutorial. Okay, so we've got everything set up except for the image. So we'll click on the image. Over here, change image. Now you can get an image upload from a file from your computer, or you can go to the media library and click one that you've already got, which in this case I'll just do that. We'll put him there. Now you can just drag the width of the columns if you want to change things. So there's a little bit of freedom with what you can do. We're going to add a caption, so a custom caption, and you might put your name, or you might put a caption that you want. So we'll just put, "Look, it's me." And it just shows up underneath the photo. Okay, let's go to style. Now if we look at the width and the height, if you change those, like if you change the height, it will mess up the image. So we don't want to do that. So if you do mess it up, just highlight the numbers there and click 0. So it's back to normal. But what we will do is you can change the opacity if it was a background photo and you wanted to change it to a lighter coverage so you can read the writing above it. You could do that. But in this case, we won't do any of that, but we will go to the Advanced tab. And we will look at the margin. So if we click on this, this is the top, bottom, left, and right margins. So if we change those, they're all linked together. If we change those, you'll see the image is getting smaller as it adds margin to each of the sides. So the left side and the top, and bottom, and right. So we'll put it back to 0. And then we'll click the link button at the side, and that unlinks those. So now we can just look at the top one, and if we add some margin to the top, it pushes the image down. So we're going to make it down kind of level with the bottom of the About Me. And also while we're there, we might click on the button and we might move that up a little bit. So we click on there, we go across to Advanced, Margin. Now that's everything, so we need to unlink them because we only want to use the top one, and we're doing a minus, so it brings it up. If we did plus, it would push it down. Minus will bring it up. So that's looking pretty good. So if you remember, we did a section, then we did 2 columns, then we added elements to the left column, and we added an element to the right column. Then we edited the elements. So let's try that again. Another structure there. We'll do a straight out all the way across full length column, single column. In that way we'll drag in a spacer, and this will give us some space between sections. So that's a little bit of space there, and then what we'll do is a new section. Click the plus sign, and we'll do 3 columns this time. And in the first column, we'll click on there. We'll go up to get the elements and we'll just drag an image in. And then we'll do the second column. We click on that to select it, drag an image in. Third column, select, drag an image. So we're going to have 3 images in a row. Okay, now we'll click on the first image and we will change it. So let's just pick a image that I've already got in here. Okay, second column selected, another image. This one will do. And then we click on the third column, go over to the image, change the image, and we'll pick this one. Okay, so we've got 3 images. We've got the About Me information. We'll click on, actually what we'll do is we'll click Update. If you don't click Update, you're going to lose everything. So we want to update. And then we want to actually view what we've done. So what we'll do is down the next to the update, there's a preview changes. So we'll click on that, and this will show us what the page now looks like. Okay, don't worry about the black line at the top or that orange box. They will not be there. That's just because we're in the back end of WordPress. So that looks pretty good. Now the key to building a page is you need to know what the page is going to look like before you build it. You've got to know that it's going to be about me, and your information is going to be on the left, and there's an image on the right, and there's a call to action button, and then there's going to be 3 photos or 2 photos or a contact information or whatever you need to know before you build your page. And I think that will conclude the page building section.